What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny 2. We are back with This Week in Destiny, taking a look ahead at everything that you can expect for the up and coming week. So if you're going to find out about the finale for the Dawning 2021, a full breakdown of all the ritual activities for the up and coming week, as well as what Tess has available for Bright Dust in week 19 of Season of the Lost, then be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Just over 70% of the viewers on the channel aren't currently subscribed, so be sure to hit that red button and ring that bell to make sure you don't miss an update. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Another week and another This Week in Destiny. This week is week 19 of Season of the Lost and the finale week for the Dawning 2021. Eva Levante returned to the tower for this year's festivities, and with that she brought 4 reprised weapons with some new amazing perks. Remember to fully upgrade Eva over in the tower to ensure you can get second perks in the 3rd and 4th column. Handing in your gifts in return to Eva will give you a better chance to get in the god rolls that you're seeking out. You have 1 week left to get your hands on them, so be sure to make the most of the up and coming week. Now moving on from the Dawning, we're going to jump into some of the weekly rituals off the bat. We got a new Vault of Glass challenge this week. It comes in the form of the Gatekeepers challenge. Now this is called the Strangers in Time, and by completing that you'll get access to a new chest and also the time loss weapon if you complete this on the master difficulty. Now to complete the Strangers in Time challenge, players must defeat the Praetorian and Wyvern at roughly the same time. So it's all about communication and timing, and if you're able to successfully complete this on the master difficulty, you'll get your hands on the Hazen Vengeance time loss weapon. Now rocket launchers are actually in quite a good place, especially with the return of Gjallarhorn inside Destiny 2 and with the up and coming season, and also Witch Queen in February 2022, there could be some more exciting changes just around the corner. Hazen Vengeance is one of the best rocket launchers in the game, with the time loss weapons coming with second perks in the 3rd and 4th column. That god roll is pretty much guaranteed each and every time. So if you haven't got it just yet, now's the time to get it, so be sure to jump into the Vault of Glass this week. Now moving on to the rest of the weekly rituals, we have a new legendary Shattered Realm to contend with. This rotates around to the Forest of Echoes, which is the original Shattered Realm that launched upon Season of the Lost. Now if you're still seeking out some of the anchors and mysteries over in the Forest of Echoes, we made a guide specifically for this Shattered Realm. I'll leave the link to that down in the video description below, so be sure not to miss out on those, especially if you're still chasing out the Realm Walker seal. Now as for the Crucible Rotator this week, this will be Showdown. Now if you're completing some of the seasonal challenges from Season of the Lost, then Showdown makes its much awaited return. There are some seasonal challenges linked to this playlist, so if you still haven't got those done, make sure to jump into Showdown this week. Now if Showdown isn't your most popular game mode, then Trials of Osiris has bonus ranks during Trials of Osiris this weekend. So if you're looking for those fast easy ranks for Saint 14 and earn some sweet Trials loot, then be sure to visit Saint 14 upon Friday's daily reset. Now moving on to the Nightfall for week 19, this rotates around to the Hallowed Lair. Now the Hallowed Lair is one of the trickier ones in the rotation, especially if you're looking to complete those Grandmaster Triumphs and earn that Conqueror seal. Now as for the Nightfall weapons, these can be earned from both the regular Nightfall and also the Grandmaster Nightfall, with the Adept versions being exclusive to the Grandmaster difficulty. Now the first Nightfall weapon on offer this week is the Izume RR4 Sniper Rifle. This is one of my personal favourites, and I have a very good roll on this, which is great for the Crucible. So if you're looking for a good Crucible sniper, then I highly recommend the Izume RR4, and this is definitely a good week to get inside the Nightfall. But if you're not a big fan of sniping and you've actually been enjoying fusion rifles, then the Plug One is also available. Now the Plug One is one of the very few fusion rifles that can roll with Reservoir Burst, and unlike the Glacier Chasm from the Dawning, this doesn't have 1,000 charge time, so it doesn't take an absolute eternity before you can pull the trigger. Now both of these weapons have great perk combinations, and whilst the Hallowed Lair isn't the most farmable Nightfall in Destiny 2, it's well worth the time and the effort just to get your hands on these amazing weapons. Now if we head on over to Europa, the Eclipse Zone for this week can be found over in the Styrian Abyss. So if you're still seeking out your augments way back from Beyond Light, then be sure to head over there to find your target. Now as for the Empire Hunt, this will be the Warrior this week. Now the Empire Hunts are great sources for pinnacle loot, but first you need to fully upgrade Variks over on Europa 2, so make sure you have level 3 sabotage quests unlocked for an easy source of pinnacle loot. Now as for the Exo Challenge, this will be Simulation Agility. If jumping isn't your thing, then this can be one of the trickier ones in the rotation, but much like the Empire Hunt, if Variks is fully upgraded on Europa 2, then this is also an easy source of pinnacle loot. So if you still need 1 or 2 power levels to hit the power cap of 30 and 30 for the current season, then make sure to get these 2 challenges done for some easy power upgrades. Now moving on to the lost sectors, and these apply for December the 28th only upon Tuesday's weekly reset. Now both the Legend and Master Lost sector can be found over on the Moon, with the Legend being found over in the K1 Communion. So if you're seeking out exotic boots for your Warlock, Titan or Hunter, then make sure to head over to the K1 Communion to get your hands on them. But if you rather yourself some exotic helmets instead, then head over to K1 Logistics. This will have arc and solar shields to contend with, so be sure to mix up your loadout accordingly before jumping into the Master Lost sector upon this week's weekly reset. Now with all the weekly rituals out the way, it's time to find out what Tess has available for Bright Dust in week 19 of Season of the Lost. Now over in the featured Bright Dust section, we have the Icicle Rush. This is a brand new exotic sparrow that was introduced as part of this year's event. Now this was available last week for silver and would have set you back 800 silver to pick it up. But if you pick it up this week, this will set you back 2,500 Bright Dust. Now next up we have the exotic gift wrapped ghost shell. Once again, this was also a brand new one introduced with this year's dawning event. This was also available last week for silver and would have set you back 600 silver to pick it up, but this week this will set you back 2,850 Bright Dust. Alongside this we have the Candy Cane Projection, so if you have a sweet tooth even after all the festivities over the last few days, then pick this one up and this will set you back 1,500 Bright Dust. Now next up we have the Dawning Festiveness, so if you're looking to add this to your collection or just mix it up in your transmog fashion game, then pick this one up and it will set you back 300 Bright Dust. Now over in the main Bright Dust store we have the exotic emote called Ice Carving. This is also a brand new one this week and was also available last week for silver. This would have cost you 1,000 silver last week and this will set you back 3,250 Bright Dust this week. Each Ice Carving is unique, so be sure to experiment with it if you're adding this to your emote wheel. Next up we have the Ho Ho Hum legendary emote. So if you like the look of this and also want to add this to your emote wheel, then this one will set you back 700 Bright Dust. Alongside that we have the Hard Packed Exotic Ghost Shell. Now this was introduced in a previous dawning event, so if you like the look of this one and want to add this to your collection, this will set you back 2,850 Bright Dust. Now next up we have the Lost Engine. This is an exotic sparrow that was introduced with this year's event and an instant purchase for me upon day 1 of the dawning 2021. So if you haven't purchased it just yet, you can pick it up right now and this will set you back 2,500 Bright Dust. Alongside this we have the Silk Ivory Vanish, an incredible exotic ship introduced with this year's dawning event. Much like the Sparrow, this was an instant day 1 purchase for silver for me, but you can pick it up for Bright Dust and this will set you back 2,000 Bright Dust instead. Now next up we have the Great Pigeon Projection. So if you're collecting these ghost projections, this will set you back 1,500 Bright Dust this week. And the final item on offer is the Cheer Spreader. Now this is an exotic weapon ornament for the Risk Runner submachine gun and was available in week 3 for silver. It would have set you back 700 silver, but you can pick it up this week and it will set you back 1,250 Bright Dust instead. So there we have it guys, a good look at everything that we can expect from week 19 of Season of the Lost and the final week of the Dawning 2021. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.